the channel that helps you harness your inner strength to overcome any obstacle. In today's video, we'll be discussing how to deal with a toxic boss or environment, and how to make your workplace a better place to work for yourself and others. We'll be sharing 13 pro-level tips that can help you navigate this challenging situation and come out on top. Watch till the end of the video for the most important tip in case nothing else works. Tip number 1. Recognize the signs. The first tip is to recognize the signs of a toxic work environment. This can include things like constant criticism, micromanagement, lack of support, and a culture of fear and negativity. When you recognize these signs, you can start to take action to protect your mental health. Tip number 2. Document everything. The second tip is to document everything. When dealing with a toxic boss and work environment, it's essential to have a record of all the toxic behavior you've experienced. This includes the date, time, and details of each incident, as well as any witnesses who may have seen or heard what happened. Keeping a detailed record can help you build a strong case against your toxic boss if you need to take action later on. But documenting everything isn't just about building a case. It's also about taking care of yourself. When you're dealing with toxic behavior day in and day out, it can be challenging to keep track of everything that's happening. Writing down the details can help you organize your thoughts, process your emotions, and even identify patterns that you might not have noticed otherwise. Tip number 3. Stay professional. The third tip is to stay professional. When you're dealing with a toxic boss, it can be tempting to stoop to their level and engage in unprofessional behavior. But responding with anger or aggression will only make the situation worse. Instead, try to stay calm and composed. Focus on doing your job to the best of your ability and maintaining a professional demeanor. This doesn't mean you have to tolerate abusive behavior, but it does mean that you should avoid escalating the situation. Tip number 4. Don't take it personally. The fourth tip is to remember that your boss's toxic behavior is not a reflection of your worth as a person. Toxic bosses often use belittling language, personal attacks, or gaslighting to undermine their employees. But it's important to remember that their behavior is about them, not you. Try to maintain a sense of perspective and remember that you're not alone. Many people have dealt with toxic bosses and work environments, and you can get through this. If you find these tips helpful, do subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. Tip number 5. Changing jobs isn't the only solution. While changing jobs may seem like the obvious solution to a toxic work environment, it's not always possible, especially during a recession. Instead, focus on the things you can control, such as your attitude, your boundaries, and your self-care practices. By taking care of yourself, you can navigate a toxic work environment more effectively and protect your mental health and well-being. Tip number 6. Practice self-care. The sixth tip is to practice self-care. When dealing with a toxic boss and work environment, it's essential to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. This means making time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation, such as exercise, meditation, or hobbies. Self-care also means taking breaks when you need them. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, it's okay to take a step back and take some time for yourself. Remember that your health and well-being are more important than your job. Tip number 7. Know your rights. The seventh tip is to know your rights. If you're dealing with a toxic boss and work environment, it's important to know what legal protections you have. This could include protections against discrimination, harassment, or retaliation. Take some time to research your state's labor laws and familiarize yourself with your company's policies on these issues. Knowing your rights can help you make informed decisions about how to handle the situation and what steps to take next. Tip number 8. The eighth tip is to seek support. Dealing with a toxic boss can be incredibly isolating and stressful, so it's important to reach out to others for help. This could include talking to a trusted friend or family member, seeking counseling or therapy, or even joining a support group for people who've dealt with similar situations. Talking about your experiences and getting feedback from others can help you feel less alone and provide you with a fresh perspective on the situation. Support can also give you the strength and motivation you need to take action and make changes in your work environment. Tip number 9, find a creative outlet. Engaging in a creative activity can be a great way to reduce stress and improve your mood. This could include painting, writing, playing music, or any other creative pursuit that you enjoy. Tip number 10, remember that you matter. It's crucial to remember that you matter. Your well-being and mental health are essential, and you have the right to prioritize them. Don't let a toxic work environment or a biased, low-skilled boss make you feel like you're not valuable. Remember that you are deserving of respect and kindness, and that your worth is not tied to your job or your work environment. Tip number 11, learn from the experience. The 11th tip is to learn from the experience. While dealing with a toxic boss and work environment is never easy, there are valuable lessons to be learned from the situation. Perhaps you can improve your communication skills or develop better coping mechanisms. Use this experience to become a stronger and more resilient person. Tip number 12, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment and focusing on your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It can be a powerful tool in managing stress and anxiety. In a toxic work environment, practicing mindfulness may involve deep breathing exercises, meditation, or simply taking a few minutes to focus on your breath. And here is the most important tip. Tip number 13, consider taking action. The 13th tip is to consider taking action. If you've tried everything else and you're still experiencing toxic behavior, it may be time to take more drastic action. This could include filing a complaint with HR, reporting your boss to your state labor board, or even considering legal action. There are many laws to protect you from a toxic work environment, such as the Prevention of Workplace Harassment (POWH) policy in India, Indian Penal Code, Sections 503 to 506, or labor laws. Taking action is a significant step, and it's not a decision to be made lightly. But if you're experiencing ongoing toxic behavior, it's important to take steps to protect yourself and hold your employer accountable. In conclusion, taking care of your mental health in a toxic work environment created by a biased, low-skilled boss is crucial for your overall well-being. It's essential to recognize the signs, set boundaries, practice self-care, seek support, focus on your goals, cultivate resilience, create a positive work environment, practice mindfulness, and if nothing works, consider taking action. By taking these steps, you can protect your mental health and well-being, even in the midst of challenging circumstances. Remember, you have the power within you to take care of yourself, and you deserve to live a happy, healthy life. If you know any such people who are working in toxic environment, share this video with them. Let's make our workplaces better places to work, and world a better place to stay.